Hey y'all, how's it going? What's up, what's up? I feel like this is crooked. I traveled with my tripod and I had to reset it up and I feel like it's never gonna be the same. How are y'all doing? Oh my god. What's up? Hi. Oh, I need to change that little thing. I always forget how to change that. Comment your astrology and human design if you know it. Link is in profile to get your charts as well if you don't. Look at that. I feel like every time I put on the lipstick, it gets on my teeth. Anyways, how are y'all? Happy Monday. We have a new moon in Virgo this weekend. Talked about it on my recent YouTube that I did yesterday for the transits of the week ahead. Also gave a horoscope for each rising sign. So if you haven't watched your horoscope yet, go check that out. Yeah. I had gotten a reading last night and it left such a bad taste for real. I sometimes waver my faith in astrology. Who did you get a reading from? No one should make you feel like that about astrology. What was bad about it? Astrology is not meant to promote fear or really anything like that. It's just a tool to help you understand why things are happening and how to make the most of it. In my opinion, I also view it from an evolutionary astrology perspective, and that's how I teach astrology in my courses as well, is what is the highest expression of this? How can you learn from it? How can you grow and evolve from whatever is showing up for you or whatever placements you have that are challenging? What do you think people overlook regarding the 8th house? I would say everything. I have a whole playlist on 8th house placements because about a month ago I created an 8th house support group because I have an 8th house stellium. And I feel like 8th house people and 8th house placements are really deeply misunderstood. I feel like it creates a lot of psychic abilities in somebody and shamanic abilities as well. And I don't think that's talked about enough for sure when it comes to 8th house stuff. I wholeheartedly agree, just continuing to share that I am too dominating. I don't understand what that means. My Chiron is 3rd house Virgo. How will I be affected this month? Communication? Could be. What do you mean? Because Virgo season is beginning? We experience Virgo season every year. So reflect back on what has been a focus in previous Virgo seasons. And then if you're talking about the South Node or the eclipses, you have to look at the degrees. We can't just generalize placements in astrology. We have to take into account the full picture and where in the sign of Virgo that placement is for you. Because if your Chiron, so I have Chiron in Virgo at 2 degrees, I think. And I think these eclipses are going to be at 14 degrees or 15 degrees or something. So that's not going to hit my Chiron because it's too far away. And this is what I teach in my astrology crash course. And I also walk you through this in my ebook on astrology. And it also includes human design. Listen, do Libra ever get to meet their soulmate soon? I've posted so many videos about that. I feel like next year. And it depends on your rising sign. So if you're a Libra rising, that's what I'm talking about. Libra suns, I don't know. It goes off your rising. Your sun sign is not as important as you would think in terms of timing for stuff. That goes off your rising sign. That's why when I do my horoscopes every Sunday, for the transits of the week ahead, I go off rising sign for those horoscopes because that's how horoscopes should be created. And that's what you should be following as far as like you're watching your horoscope. Hi, Crooked Tree Arts, Aries, Sun, Moon, Gemini, Rising, Manifesting Generator. Ah, cool. I'm also a Manifesting Generator. I love it. Does part of Fortune in the 12th Gemini lean towards psychic abilities? Maybe. I feel like any 12th house placements could do that. Geez, the last few months have been insane. The last month has been insane. I'm a Leo Sun, Cap Moon, Cap Rising. Yeah. Wait, your Chiron's also at 2 degrees, Kirsten? Were you born in 1994? Why Libra rising? Saturn will still be in the 7th. Yeah, exactly. That's why. Everyone I've known that's had a Saturn in the 7th house transit has like gotten engaged or married. Saturn is the planet of long-term commitment. Born in 1994. Hey, me too. You should come join my inner circle, my membership. Jess is a Taurus Sun, Libra rising. Me too. But I'm a Sag Moon and a generator. Love it. Triple fire sign. I love fire sign energy. I have a Sag Moon and Aries Mars, so I love fire signs. 3-5 manifester. Ooh, are you emotional or splenic or ego? 4-6 manifesting generator. Love. I love 4-6s. I feel like y'all bring me out of my shell as a 1-3 profile. Yeah, if you were born in 1994, I would assume you have an Aries Mars. If we have the same degrees of Chiron, you were probably born in April or May of 94. With Aries Mars. If we have the same degrees of Chiron, you were probably born in April or May of 94. Which I was too. There's some other people in my inner circle membership who are also born in like May of 94, and we all just vibe so well. Mostly that I have been too demanding or dominating from the universe. And he said I'm wrong for... I would block that astrologer. I am in Montana. How did you know? I drove up here. I drove like 10 hours to get here the other day. I'm so tired. Kristen is a reflector. Love it. My Mars is in Cancer. Okay. I recently like had some romantic interest that had Mars in Cancer, and I will never ever do it again. Don't recommend. Aries Sun, Libra Moon, Sag Rising. Love it. 1-3 manifester. I'm a 1-3 manifesting generator. Because I commented on your Insta last night. Oh, okay. I thought your picture looked familiar. Yes, I'm in Montana for the foreseeable future. I'm technically homeless, so I don't know where I'm going to be ending up. My transient Chiron will be conjunct my Chiron in the 10th house and Taurus. Yeah, probably in a couple years, unless it's early degrees. Chiron return is a very pivotal transit. Hey, Monica. Oh my God, yes. It was lovely to meet you as well at Chandrash's initiation. Hey, Kay. Been in the experiment 10 years. That's awesome. 1-3 splenic projector, Libra Sun, Aries Moon. I love Aries Moons. I'm a 1-3 also. Love my splenic projector friends. The weather is pretty temperamental. Like this morning it was super sunny, not a cloud in the sky. It's like in the 70s. Now it's cloudy. It's been kind of raining in the evening here, but it's needed because there are wildfires like close by. So hopefully the rain put them out yesterday. How can you prepare for that transit? I mean, we'd have to look at your whole chart. I'm not one to isolate, and nobody should be isolating placements. or transits, because we have to take into account the whole picture of your chart. And this is why I built my Inner Circle membership, to give you support around what's happening for you at any given time based on your chart, and to help you understand how to look at it holistically, because we can't just isolate anything. Pisces sun, Aquarius moon, Aquarius rising. Oh, I love that. It's giving innovator. What transits will be a good time to open a business? I have many videos on that in my business for Astro HD playlist, I believe it's called. If you go to my page and scroll through my playlists at the top of my profile, there's one called, I think it's called Astro HD for Business or something like that. And I have a video on that. I also teach you how to look at your chart for that in my Become an Astrologer course. So in my Become an Astrologer course, I teach you the whole system of astrology, how to read a chart on your own, how to read charts for others if that's what you desire to do, as a part of something you already do in your business, or you want to become an astrologer. And I have a whole module in there, a whole lesson on like crucial life timing and how to plan certain things based on the timing of your astrology, because that's what astrology does really well. It is your life's timing. It is your life story, the movie of your life, and it can really help you to understand like why things are a certain focus for you at certain times. But in general, anything transiting your 2nd house, 6th house, or 10th house is a good time to start a business. But also go off your authority in human design, because your authority in human design is like your divine timing. It is like okay, this is how I know when to act. This is how I know when to make this decision or how to make the decision, right? So that's going to tell you like, really just following your human design authority is going to give you that in the moment, how do I say that? Inspiration or motivation to like do the thing. Pisces sun, Cancer moon, Cancer rising. Oh, I love it. Manifesting generator. I am also a manifesting generator. How can I prepare for that Chiron return? Yeah, if you want me to look at your chart holistically, come join my membership, or you can book a reading through my website, astrologyhumandesign.com. I do one-on-one readings for transits, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna give you generic advice based on just one part of your chart, because we have to look at all of it. High conscious living, Aquarius rising, Virgo sun, Libra moon. Oh, I love that. Feeling intense transits. Yeah. I do a weekly horoscope on my YouTube for like the transits of the week ahead for each rising sign, and Aquarius the last few weeks has been like really rough. So there's a reason for that. Thoughts on this upcoming eclipse season? I haven't looked at it too hard yet. I don't know. I want to take your course. Yes, come take it. Do we get like a Zoom session, or do we get to ask you questions? Yes, there is a comments section on each lesson inside the course, and you can book an extra Zoom for extra support. I do offer like extra one-on-one support for my students. If you're talking about my business course, if you pay in full, you get a complimentary 30-minute session with me, but that's just for my business course. Hi, Ollie, Virgo sun, Pisces moon, and rising. We have a lot of Pisces energy on today. You're a little bit scared of the upcoming astrology. What do you mean? I don't know why people like freak out about eclipses. They're really not that big of a deal. Unless there's like other major stuff going on, but we're through the worst of the 2025 transits. Eclipses are not scary. They're not scary. They're just times of intense change. Let me look at the upcoming one. Let's see. It's September 7th. Hopefully my laptop doesn't die on us. September 7th. I mean, you know, it will happen regardless whether we're scared or not. Yeah. And it doesn't make it any easier if you're freaked out about it and like projecting fear onto the situation. It's not going to help anything. Teehee, 8th house, Pisces sun and Mercury. I have an 8th house Taurus sun and Mercury, and South Node. 4-6 emo manifester. Love. It will happen anyways. I'm over being scared. Yeah. No, there's nothing to be scared about ever in astrology. It all just means something. It all just means something. But none of it is like needs to be scary at all. None of it is scary. It just means something. So, you know, we're going to have the full moon eclipse in Pisces on September 7th, wrapping up a cycle. I do a full moon workshop, by the way, every month in my membership. And full moons just close out 6-month cycles. So we're just closing out a 6-month cycle that began back with the new moon eclipse we had in Pisces earlier this year. That's really like all there is to it. That's really all there is to it. Don't let people scare you about stuff. Like, they're just doing that for clout. Pisces projector here. Ooh, I love that. Emotional projector. 8th house sun, me too. 11th house Aquarius moon and Aries rising. Oh, love. What many insights you have for Pisces sun, Cancer rising, and Virgo? I missed that. I don't know. Depends on your chart. If y'all, those of y'all that want me to like look at your chart and give you guidance, come join my inner circle membership, because we have to look at the whole picture of your chart. We can't just isolate things. Like, your big three is important, but also is your chart. Your whole chart. Pluto moon conjunction, 8 degrees Sag. Ooh, that's fun. Libra splenic projector. Love! You have a defined root? Or does your spleen go to your throat? You get the 1648. Oh, sorry. I thought maybe you were giving guidance here or mini readings. No, I don't do readings for free. Yeah, check out the links. Kelsey, are we looking forward to Virgo season? Personally, I'm not, because it's in my 12th house. But you know, it's all needed. So I think transformation is fun. I think Pluto energy is fun. And if you don't see it that way, that's your loss. Is having Venus and Virgo really that bad? I don't see anything in astrology as bad. It all just means something. It all just means something. Pisces sun here. I feel like I've been to hell the last 2 years. Huh. Define root. Yes, knew it. My moon is his Venus. Okay. $8.99 is that monthly to join. Are you talking about TikTok subscription? That's not my membership. My membership is separate. It's off of social media. It's my own platform. That's through the link in my profile. I don't know that you get anything for subscribing to me on TikTok. It's just kind of like if you want to support me monetarily over here for creating content. You're a 4-6 manifester? I love that. So you two have Pluto moon conjunct and Sag, and you say it from experience. No, but I have heavy Pluto energy. I think Pluto is my dominant planet or something. I have Pluto and Scorpio. I know Pluto and Sag generation, sorry. Pluto is in my 10th house in Scorpio. Ooh, I love that. Yeah, Aquarius rising. Yep. Taurus rising. My membership is linked in my profile. Like, go to the link. Not social media. Like, it's a link. I think it's stan.store is the link. Transformation is the point of living, in my opinion. Yeah, no, literally. I just posted something about that last night in my 8th house support group. For those of y'all that have 8th house placements, I have a support group, and I was just posting about that last night because I felt like these past few months I was really deep in a transformation. And I just feel like me driving to Montana on a whim is like has propelled me into like a new life. You have been spot on stuff. I follow you on IG and you were right about many things. Oh, cool. And that's on being psychic. 8th house placements. I have a defined throat too, though, but I don't have gate 16. Okay. Oh, so you're split definition probably then. Agreed, sun in the 8th house here too. Yes! Yeah, our whole life is transformation. If you have 8th house stuff, you have heavy Pluto stuff, like, the sooner you embrace it and accept it, the easier it gets. Like, why would I want to stay the same my whole life? No, literally, that sounds boring as hell. I'm good on that. Is it human design to join? Look for my inner circle membership. That's the link. And yes, we do talk about astrology and human design. And I have classes, over 30 classes that I've taught on both astrology and human design. Long time, I don't talk about human design. I'm a projector, single definition. What do you mean you don't talk about human design? 5-2 mental projector. Love it. My progressed human design chart is a mental projector, and let me tell y'all, I'm so sensitive to my environment. It is insane. It's insane. My life was just a complete shit show, like, most of the year because I was in the wrong environment. Split definition, 2-4 splitting. Yep. Lots of alone time, yeah. And nature time. Lots of nature time. I'm caves environment, so I love to spend a lot of time in my car, too. It's been so nice being on this road trip. Do you start from a basic point in your classes? Depends on the class. I recommend that you at least have a base knowledge of astrology or human design, and I offer courses to give you that base knowledge. You also get a discount on my courses for being a member, and you get a discount on my ebook, which will teach you the basics of astrology and human design as well. But no, I recommend people who come to the membership, like, please have already a base knowledge of the systems, because it's going to help. The classes are more intermediate, advanced. But my courses on astrology and human design are beginner level. That's why I have my courses. Long time I don't hear. Oh, okay. About human design. I think people are talking about more other topics lately. Yeah, what I notice is that I've been talking about both astrology and human design since like 2021. And what I've noticed is that there's like, it goes through cycles. And I think more people are talking about human design now because of the recent Love is Blind UK. There's a guy on there that does human design. And so I think it's kind of resurfacing as a topic. Oh my god, me too. This year has been insane. Lots of restructuring, yeah. Well, it's also a 9-year in numerology, which I've talked about in various things. Which is 9 in numerology is the number of endings, so. Do you look up perfection years for astrology? Yes. I have a whole class on that in my membership. It's super crucial. And then you also get your Time Lord from that, which is also super crucial for like the energy of that year. So people were asking me earlier about like soulmate and stuff like that. If you're in a Venus perfection year or a 5th house or 7th house perfection year, depending on what's going on in your chart and your Time Lord of those houses, like you're more likely to meet somebody during that. We also have to look at zodiacal releasing too, but that's like a whole other thing. I'm on my personal 9-year and just got engaged, but will marry on year 1. Oh, that's amazing. Congrats. Yeah, I love perfection years. Yeah, it's so interesting. In the class I taught recently on this in my membership, I talked about Time Lords because my Time Lord for like last year, my last solar return was Mars, because I was in a 7th house perfection year, and Mars rules my 7th house, so Mars was my Time Lord, and it was so rough. And then when I had my solar return this year and it switched to Venus, it felt so much better. But also I'm in an 8th house perfection year, so there's that too. It's been a lot of transformation as well. But I literally, the day of my solar return, I felt this like shift in energy from like Mars energy to Venus, and it has felt so good. I'm completing a 1st house year. Okay, cool. Saturn is my Time Lord this year, but in a couple weeks it's Jupiter. Awesome. I love Saturn energy. I'll take Saturn energy over Jupiter all day, honestly. Because Saturn is, I've talked about this in my courses, Saturn is like long-term fulfillment. It is long-term success. It is like you like, do y'all know what just happened with Alex Hormozy? He just sold like $150 million of his books or something, and like over the weekend. That's like Saturn energy, because he's been pumping out content onto social media for like a decade. That's Saturn energy. It's like you do something consistently that you're dedicated to, and it will result in long-term success. Jupiter is like you win the lottery and then it's gone in a matter of months. So personally, I prefer Saturn energy. But Jupiter can be fun. It's just like short and sweet. It's instant gratification. Love hearing that. Saturn is tough, but I do love her. Yeah, it's like that teacher that you hate, but then you realize like it taught you the most. It made me shoot my short film. Ooh, exciting. Yeah, Saturn is discipline. Saturn is consistency and commitment. I love Saturn. We love it. Again, we need to stop with the fear-mongering of any kind of planet. Saturn especially, because we need Saturn energy. If we didn't have Saturn, we would get nothing done. We would just all gamble our money away and then be alcoholics. I have Saturn and Pisces in the 6th house. And it does harmonize with my midheaven and my Jupiter. Yeah. It's really taught me boundaries. Especially energetic boundaries, but lots of boundaries learning, having Saturn and Pisces. I feel like Saturn and Pisces people are so sensitive to energy. And we really have to like be super firm with our boundaries, or people will take advantage. I have Saturn in Aquarius in the 4th. My return was a wild ride. Oh, wow. Is anything squaring it? I also think when Saturn was in Aquarius, we had a ton of other shit in Aquarius. Or like we had... What else was going on? I feel like there was something else major going on at that same time. Was it like the South Node was on Pluto or something? But yeah, this upcoming eclipse, it doesn't look super great just because of everything else that's going on. Like Mars is going to be kind of opposite Chiron, and then we're going to have Mars squaring Jupiter. But we still have a Uranus trine with Pluto. And then Saturn will have gone back into Pisces, the eclipse. I'm checking for the square. I don't think so. It would be if you have anything else in fixed signs. But I also think when Saturn was in Aquarius, we had Uranus and Taurus, which was squaring it. So it might have been squaring your Saturn, depending on the degrees of it. There's always other stuff going on. Like if there's a transit that happens and it's really challenging for you, it's probably because there's other shit going on. And normally, like before Saturn return and even up during Saturn return, you have your Pluto sextile Pluto, which I think is one of the hardest transits before 30. It happens at like 27 to 31. It happens for a while because it's Pluto. Pluto moves slow as shit. And then you also have your nodal opposition right before your Saturn return. And then either during or right after your Saturn return, you usually also have, what is it? What did I just have that I was like, shit, that sucked? Was it Uranus opposite Pluto? Yeah, you have Uranus. Uranus will oppose Pluto at some point around your Saturn return too. And then you also have at 27 and like 27 and a half, you have your your progressed lunar cycle comes to a close. So there's like all this stuff happening all at once. And then like 2 years after that, year and a half after that, you have your Saturn return. And then you still have like these major other things going on. Manifestor here, what's going on for you? That's not how human design works. Human design is much more specific to like your chart. So I'd have to know like what gates you have to tell you what's going on for you. I can't just give you that based on just your type. Oh, it squares Venus. Damn. What is orchestrator? I've never heard that in my life. People be changing the names of human design. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, I didn't mean to like ask you to share your channels and gates. I'd have to look at your chart, which I'm not going to do unless you book a reading with me. Then I can tell you what's going on. Or if you're in my membership, you can post your chart and we can look at what's going on with the transits applied to it. But that's human design when it comes to transits is so individualized. Like, there's no general thing I can give you for human design. Who created human design? Rahu Rahu channeled it in like 1987, I think. Yeah, I got divorced and then pregnant and then remarried. That sounds about right for Saturn return square Venus. What was your rising sign again? What house was it in? Oh, you said 4th house, I think. I'm a 1-3 sacral manifesting generator. I have blog posts on the origins of human design and like going more into it if you want to read about it. I'm not going to regurgitate that here on live. 1-3 manifestor here. Wish there were more manifestor info out there. I have tons of videos for manifestors. I have tons on my YouTube. I have a whole playlist here on my TikTok. I have a free education course that's in my membership that has like all my manifestor videos organized too. I've created so much content for manifestors, so go find it. It's there. I'm a Scorpio Venus, yeah. I figured either that or Taurus. I've been studying human design since like 2019, 2020. It was my full-time job. Like I was unemployed for, when I started this business, I was unemployed for like almost 2 years, and I just like dedicated all of my time to studying human design. And that's when I created my ebooks and my courses teaching human design. I teach about the variables as well. Oh, your rising sign is Libra. Okay. So you're looking at your Placidus chart then. Because I'm a Libra rising too. But Aquarius is my 5th house. Yes, fellow 1-3. Deep dive into all the content I have. There's so fucking much of it. I think I've created like 4,000 videos on TikTok. I've been on here since 2021. It's literally insane how much I've just pumped out. Yes, if I look at whole sign, Saturn is in the 5th. Yeah, that makes sense. Especially for like getting pregnant. Oh, that makes so much sense. Yeah, I do have 4,000 TikTok videos. That's crazy. Crazy. But that's why I've like created this free course in my membership that has all my content, because I think TikTok's going to change next year. Like whatever law went through where the US was banning TikTok, like they just worked out something where they're going to have to change the app or something. So I'm like putting all of my content into my own membership platform. And all the content is free. Like my videos, this one part of it is free. But I have it all organized. Like I have a whole section for projectors, for manifestors, for manifesting generators, for reflectors. I just added a bunch of content last night about astrocartography because I've done a lot of videos on that, and I have a class I've taught on astrocartography too, and I intend to do more because I've learned so much more about astrocartography than just like the basics that I taught in my first class on it. There's so much to astrocartography. It's so complex, and a lot of people don't know that how complex it is. And I'm learning a lot about it through all my travels. So I'm excited to teach more on it. Leo Sun, Sag Rising, Cancer Moon. Any love coming soon? Depends on your chart. Out of all the design types, who do you think is the most challenging? I think emotional projectors have a really challenging time. From what I've noticed, I've known a lot of emotional projectors, and it seems like that's like one of the most challenging to work with. My astrocartography has Venus running through the city I got pregnant in. Pa! That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. How what? 4-6 mental projector with an 11th house Scorpio sun. Damn. How do you know if you're an emotional projector? You get your chart, your human design chart. You can get your human design chart from my website. astrologyhumandesign.com is my website. You can pull up your human design there. So it goes off the same birth information as your astrology chart because astrology is the foundation of human design, so it uses the same data. Now I look at it for everything. Glad you understand. Yes, no, me too. I was just talking about this in my Inner Circle membership last night because I realized like I'm really attracted to lines in my astrocartography that have Uranus themes, like where I am in Montana has a Uranus. I have a Uranus north and south node parent line going through here. And then where I was in France and Paris mostly, I also had the same parent line, Uranus north node, south node. And I just love that energy. And I was like, where is this in my chart? And then sure enough, like I have Uranus in my 4th house. And I was like, oh, that's why I love and like have thought about moving to these places in my astrocartography that I have Uranus energy at because it's in my area of home in my actual chart. I'm really leaning into my 4-6 of my mental projector. Rad. I love 4-6s. I feel like y'all are the like outgoing, what is that called? Extroverts to my introvert. Really, every 4-6 I meet really helps me to like step out of my shell. So I really think about how 4-6 and 11th house focus. Yeah. Can y'all hear that? There's like some drilling going on. There's so much construction happening up here. Like this area is so newly being developed. It's crazy. And then it's starting to rain, I think. My profile is 1-3. Wait, me too. We have so many 1-3s. I love it. I'm a 4-6 and my chart ruler is in the 11th house. Oh, that's awesome. I feel like that's so harmonious versus someone who is like a 4-6 and their stuff is in the 4th house or something. That's like really kind of can be challenging. Are you coming to UAC? I don't know what that is. But I'm emotional. Yeah, most manifestors are emotional. Because pretty much all of the manifestor channels, most of the manifestor channels are emotional channels. United Astrology Conference, no, I will not be going to that. 4-6 reflector, 6th house stellium. I love that. Not open. I don't know what you mean by that. She said no. No, that's just like, will you be going to the Human Design Conference? Absolutely fucking not. The Human Design Conference is like a cult. No, thank you. I'm good. If you have any opinion that challenges like anything, you're cast out, and it's so fucking annoying. I hate that shit. And like the whole point of these systems and like us learning them and working with them is to evolve them. A reflector. Wait, why did you say that? Hello, 2-4 projector. Oh, they have conferences for human design. Yeah, unfortunately. I'm such a hater of it because it's so cross of planning. It's so like outdated bullshit. And like I said, they're just like, it's like a cult because they literally take everything Ra-Uru said at face value and don't know how to like think for themselves. And that was the whole point. Like all the transcripts I've read, my understanding from what Ra taught was to teach the system in order for it to evolve for people that came into it and learned it later on. So it's just, anyways, I can't stand that shit. I just only know 2 reflectors, so it's like finding a lucky penny. Oh, I know a ton of reflectors. I probably know like 24 reflectors. A lot of them through social media. I've only met 1 reflector in person. It was someone I was like romantically interested in, and that was like a no-go. That was a no-go. But they're really special for sure. Do you think Pluto in Aquarius will affect the Pluto and Scorpio gen in a positive way? Maybe. Reflectors fascinate me. Yeah, they are super fascinating. You probably know some reflectors. You just don't know that they're reflectors. Unless you get everybody's chart that you ever have met or talked to, and you know for sure. Do you have any controversial human design takes? Oh, absolutely. Several. I once got into an argument with the guy who's on Love is Blind UK, the human design guy, about something that I had an opinion about, and he disagreed with me because he's, at the time, I don't know, we haven't talked since that happened, but at the time was very like, no, this is how it is. Like, I'm like, that's not what my personal experience has brought me to the information of. So one of my most controversial opinions is that manifesting generators are a separate type of their own and that they are hybrids. But it's not even that controversial because Ra-Uru has talked about that in a transcript that I found that he did specifically for manifesting generators and how they're like, they really are manifestors. You learn this by getting your chart from you. Yeah, you can get your chart, astrologyhumandesign.com. Go to get your chart, plug in your birth information, look for HD traditional. That will pull up your human design chart. Otherwise, it will default to your astrology chart. How do you feel about a partner's Venus, Mars, Mercury, and Sun being in your first house? I don't know. Are those the ones that have to wait a full moon cycle? Yeah. LOL, I get everyone's chart and collect them. Same. They'll have to wait to make a decision. Yeah. Reflectors are just very slow with their decision-making process. It's kind of like being an emotional authority, but worse. Like, they have to be even more slow than emotional authorities because they really are just constantly sifting through a lot of energy. So it can be really challenging for them to know what's theirs versus what is someone else's, or what is right for them versus what is not. So it really takes them a lot of time. Thank you. I have the 2034 channel, and I feel like I have a lot of yeah, that is the manifesting generator channel. That is the hybrid channel. Another controversial, quote unquote, opinion I have about human design is that there are 3 types of manifesting generators, just like how there's like five or 6 different types of projectors. Like there's 3 different types of manifesting generators, and the purest one, the most manifestor like, is the one with the 2034 channel, because it connects the sacral to the throat. And that's what makes a manifestor, is having a motor center connected to the throat. So why would we say that if, the manifesting generators that have the sacral connected to the throat, which is a motor center, are not manifestors? Like, that's just, it doesn't make sense to me. So anyways, yeah. Very slow. When we move quickly, it's disappointing. Yeah, exactly. Manifesting generators are definitely not like manifestors. I completely disagree. As a manifesting generator with the 2034, and I have dozens of friends who are manifestors, I completely fucking agree. We are very much like manifestors. I'm not a Scorpio. But things do come through when we are doing our thing instead of rushing. Yeah. You just have to have patience and not like force yourself to make a decision prematurely. I also have Mars and Aries in my 6th house. I have Mars and Aries in my 7th house. Emotional authority projector life is interesting. Yeah. I said this earlier. I think that's one of the most challenging combinations. Exactly. I definitely feel like my own type. Yeah. Every generator I know, I am nothing like. They are so fucking slow to me. They're so fucking slow. The only thing we have in common is that we have this like excitement and passion for life and this ability to like create and do. That's the only commonality I see between me and those of the people I know that are generators. Versus my manifesting generator friends, we're all like fucking powerhouses. We are literally a hybrid of manifestors and generators. We are a fucking hybrid, because manifestors, every manifestor I know is like very, it's called manifestor for a reason. They create. They also need lots of periods of rest. And I also see that in manifesting generators, because we're so like go about something. We do it all at once and we do it very quickly. And then we need like downtime. But generators are just going. Like if they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, or like what they're in alignment, they're moving in alignment, they're just consistently going. But me, I move so quickly all at once, and then I need to reset. And that's very manifestor. We are a hybrid. I will die on that fucking hill. I never said I was a manifestor. I said we're hybrids. What are your thoughts of that Kendra lady who's a projector but said she acted as a man? I don't know who the fuck that is. So I don't know. I start so many different things. It's crazy. Yeah. I can't confirm it's challenging for sure. I also see, similar to manifestors, that manifesting generators are very polarizing. Like, people either hate me or they love me. There's no in between. And like I said, there's 3 different types of manifesting generators. So I really see this more fully, these characteristics more fully, in the 2034 channel, people who have the 2034 as MGs. And I've written blog posts on this. I have podcast episodes where I've talked about this more deeply and my thoughts on it. But that's just what I've seen. I've witnessed it for 6 years. And I experience it. I am the 2034, and I have 7 out of 9 centers defined. So how are your relationships with Mars in the 7th house? I also have Mars in the 7th in Libra. Oh, that's interesting. I feel like when I attract people who aren't aligned, there's a lot of competition. It's can be like a battle of the ego or a battle of the will. I also have Mars in 21 in my heart center, which is defined, so I think that adds to it as well. Y'all Manny gens can create, go. Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. Like I create all at once. I built my website, Astrology Human Design, back in 2020. I built it in like a night. I like pulled an all-nighter and built the website. And then I needed like a week or 2 of rest. But manifestors can't do that, from what I've seen. They create a little bit more slowly because they do need more, because they don't have the sacral. 4-1 Manny Jen. Oh, 4-1 is the most rare profile. Okay, well, don't look it up or your feed will be consumed with... Yeah, I already forgot, so... I am not the lady that's in love with my therapist. No. The fuck? That definitely tracks. I'm a Manny and my good friend is a Manny Jen and we are very similar, yeah. There was a point in my life where all of my friends were manifestors. I really didn't have many generator friends up until recently because I just felt like my energy was just too fast paced for them. And I was just dating a generator and I don't know that I can date a generator. I really don't think I can. They're just too slow. They're like... I'm like, I'm gonna move to Montana. I'm gonna do this, and like next week this is happening. And they're like, yeah, I just don't know. Give me a few months, like, or maybe I'm like, I don't know. I can't wait. No. It was a bad joke. Oh, well, your name is Recovering Idiot, so where's the real joke? Manifestor are the ones that get hated on. Look at Kanye. Wait, does Kanye have a confirmed birth time finally? Because the birth time that I found that said he was a Cancer rising, he's a projector. But I've always felt he was a manifestor. But like I said, manifesting generators are also very polarizing. Trump, manifesting generator with a 2034. Name a person more polarizing than Trump. Maybe Kanye. But I think Trump like takes the cake. Who else is a manifesting generator? Miley Cyrus, Russell Brand, like all very polarizing people. Elon Musk, I think, is also a manifesting generator. So, I'm a 1-3 profile. I test things over and over and over and over, and I've come to this conclusion over and over and over and over and over again. Manifesting generators are not generators. They're their own type. They're hybrid. And they're just as polarizing as manifestors. Same, I have 7 defined as well, and all 4 of the motor centers. Oh, damn! Yeah, the competition is crazy, yeah, with Mars in the 7th. Yerp. Oh, I'm married to a generator. Oh. Takes a certain level of patience. They don't do change quick at all. Like, you gotta give them, like, years. Yeah, Gemini is the manifesting generator channel. Gate 20 is Gemini. And gate 34 is Sagittarius. Beyonce is a Manny Gen. Oh, really? I thought she was a generator. I feel like her birth time just recently became available, right? I've learned so much patience with him. Meditation helps. Yeah. Every manifestor I know has to meditate. Has to. Or they're just a shit show. So when I have the energy, I really have it. And when I don't, I don't. Yeah. I feel that. How big difference does a birth time do in HD? It's honestly... arguably even more important than having your correct birth time for astrology, because there's so much that can change. So you really have to look at the varying, like I know someone that I thought their birth time was like 420 or something, and then they got their birth certificate and it was 426, and it completely changed like their whole chart. So it really is super important for human design because there's just so many variables. Yeah, Beyonce has a 7th house stellium. Yeah. I'm actually looking up her human design right now because I thought her correct birth time changed something. Taylor Swift is a projector, even though her birth time isn't confirmed. Yeah. I remember doing her chart at one point. Why do generators move slower? I don't know. Because they generally don't have a connection to the throat, or they generally don't have any manifestor channels. And generator energy, like generator channels are the energy of like consistently doing something. It's kind of like Saturn energy. Maybe I'm wrong. Her birth time, her birth certificate. Yeah. I remember when that came out. And everyone thought she was a Libra rising, but she's actually an Aries rising. So it could have changed. Yeah, no, she's a pure generator. Beyonce is a pure generator. These people that own this house are doing construction, and it's so fucking annoying. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but that is like why I just sued my landlord and moved out of the place, because he was like doing construction and not willing to like work with me on it, and I was so fucking annoyed. I hate this shit. I don't even have any of the windows open. Hi, Everything Embodiment. Welcome back. I have a theory Travis is a reflector. Oh. If he was born in the wee hours of the morning. Have you looked into the year of the horse during the big putter planet changes? Oh, outer planet changes? No. I don't really follow Chinese astrology like that. Well, that's so interesting. She is a creative force, but I guess she doesn't rest very much. Yeah. If you, like, again, once you start to recognize this pattern, manifesting generators will, like, do, but then they kind of retreat. Like, Miley Cyrus, she'll, like, go super hard, and then she's like, where did she go? But no, Beyonce is, like, consistent. I'm gonna find out other celebrity MGs, because Kim Kardashian is a generator. I think most of her sisters are generators. Her mom's a projector. Beyonce is a generator. She's a sacral generator. Okay, let's see. I'm looking up all the celebrities I have in my database. Britney Spears, manifesting generator. That's the other person I was going to say as well, but I wasn't sure if she was. But it makes sense because she'll like do, and then she retreats. Would progress charts affect human design? Yes. I just did a class on this in my Inner Circle membership, talking about my progressed human design chart, how to find it and what it means. Because I'm a mental projector in my progressed human design, and I really, really feel it. New to human design, but I'm a manifesting generator. Angle cross of Maya. Ah, cool. Love it. Year of the horse will be good for Manny gens. Why? Because of the energy of the horse? Okay, let's see. Other celebrity Manny gens. Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner is a Manny gen. How do you learn to use your sacral again as a generator when you haven't followed it in years? You just start. You just start listening to it and acting from it and trusting it. I've found too the navigating with the not self themes in mind can be really helpful. So like if you're a generator, your not self theme is frustration. What frustrates you? Stop doing it. Or find a way to do it differently, or take some time away from it and focus on what is going to bring you satisfaction and relief. I wonder if that's why I felt a shift. I'm now a Scorpio sun and feel less like a reflector. You can look up your human design progressed chart. You might be a whole different type completely. Sometimes my daughter says ugh when I ask her to do a chore. And my husband asked her to stop doing that, and I said no, that's her sacral. Yes! Oh my god, that's amazing. The founder of Human Design always said that, like, he was channeling it for the children because it's really here to help people live in alignment with themselves starting as children. That is so exciting. I love that. Yeah, so a thing you can do as well is like if there's something you like need to do or whatever, I put on good music. I like put myself in a good feeling state before I do the thing because then I'm just more apt to do it. Like especially cleaning, I'll like put on good music and just like start dancing and feeling good, and then it's just like it just happens naturally. I feel frustrated being fat. Well, there you go. Put on some good music and start moving more. That's really all it takes. I'm an Aquarius sun, Cat, moon, Gemini rising. Ooh, heady. You could try doing some sacral calibration, like answer a bunch of random casual questions without thinking. Yeah, that's a good idea. Or just like whenever you go somewhere or do something, like at the grocery store. Someone commented this on one of my recent YouTubes. Or they recently commented on my YouTube. I think it was a YouTube I did like back in 2021 about being a generator. Because I have a whole playlist on my YouTube about human design and like the basics of it. And she was saying that she was at the grocery store and she was like asking herself yes or no questions. Like, do I want to make this for dinner? No. Okay. Do I want to make this for dinner? Yes. Okay. Like it's so simple. Just let it be simple. Gemini sun, Libra rising, Sag moon. Oh, I'm also a Libra rising, Sag moon. That's why so many of my posts connect with you. I love it. And Gemini rules my chart, so. The horse is associated with energy, freedom, independence, enthusiasm, and a love for adventure. I love that. Like, are you sitting down? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, who else isn't? What other celebrities? Oh, Paris Hilton, too. Paris Hilton's an MG. Elon Musk, already said that one. Russell Brand. Blake Lively is an MG. Khloe Kardashian. So both Kylie and Khloe are manifesting generators versus Kim is a generator. Y'all can just tell the difference between the two. Like Kylie and Khloe are like all over the place. You know, Khloe just launched her perfume and then she has Good American and then she has all this other stuff she's doing. And Kim is like, I'm doing this and I'm going to do this forever. Yeah, start with things that are blatantly true or false. Yeah. I haven't looked up Pink's chart, so I don't know. Donald Trump, I already said that one. Prince Harry. Hailey Bieber is an MG also. I'm just going through my database of charts I've looked up before, so. And then Chappell Roan is also an MG. Courtney, I'm pretty sure she's a generator. Her and Kim are both generators, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she's a sacral generator. I'm a 3-5 and I'm too broke. You don't need money to have fun? What? Get that word out your vocabulary. Money is literally unlimited. Like, just start posting on TikTok. Money will come out of nowhere. Because that's what money does. Thoughts on 5-1 human design? I know a lot of 5-1s, actually. I tracked a lot of 5-1 profiles. Y'all really have to, like, surround yourself with people that support you. Girl, I'm gonna be homeless. I'm homeless. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I was homeless when I started this business, teaching astrology and human design 5 years ago. I lived out of my tent with a borrowed car that I borrowed from this guy who was in love with me. You gotta do what you gotta do. There's still opportunity. You're on TikTok. Start creating videos. Money. Ain't no excuses in today's day and age when you can create your own job. I'm a 5'1" and I was drawn to you. I constantly watch your page. Makes sense now. Oh, yes. Seriously, money is everywhere. Literally. Back when I was living on my tent and I had just started this astrology business, I was like driving around trying to find somewhere to charge my laptop. And I didn't know where I was going to sleep that night. I didn't have money for food. I didn't have money for gas. But I found this like college campus to charge my laptop at. And so I was sitting outside and this guy walks up. He's walking his dog. He's actually in a wheelchair. So he rolls up with his dog that he's walking, quote unquote. And it was like just chatting me up. He's like, oh, what are you doing? What are you working on? What do you do? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, I do astrology. And he was like, oh, can I pay you for a reading? A complete stranger offered me money because I was at the right place at the right time. And I followed my intuition. And he paid me cash. And then I have money for gas and food. So money's everywhere. Thank you, Claudette. Human design is lit. Yeah, it's literally everything. Literally everything. You know what also you can do to make money is talk to ChatGPT. How can I make money right now? Like, there's no excuse in 2025. There's literally not. Do you know any 1-3 in human design? Or am I looking at the wrong thing? What do you mean? Do I know any people who are 1-3? I'm a 1-3. The weather up here is so weird. It was just raining for like 10 minutes and now the sun's coming out again. But there's still clouds. Like it's gonna rain again. Do you have compassion when dealing with people? I don't know how that question is productive. I'm speaking for personal experience. I've gone through it. Like I said, I've been homeless multiple times and it never helped me to like just be stuck in it. It's always helped me to find solutions. Like I feel for you and it's important to feel the feelings that are coming up right now, but it's also not going to help you to stay stuck in them. Tough love. That's what I have when dealing with people. Tough love. That's what I have when dealing with people. Did I finally move out of France? I left France back in December. I was only there for like 4 months. Mine is saying something about kitchens. Yes, you can get a custom report of your human design from my website. It will walk you through everything and what it means. It goes over your environment. It goes over cognition. It goes over your profile. It's all stuff I wrote myself with practical examples from my personal experience. So I highly recommend if you want to learn more about your human design, get that report from my website. It's also linked to my profile. It just says learn your human design. As someone who has also been broke, she's actually got the right mindset. Yeah. Nothing else is going to help you. Like, I'm not here to coddle people because that never helps shit. And I have Mars and Aries, so... Pink is a 5'1" emotional MG. Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense, actually. I feel like she's also, you know, see, if you just like tune into these people, they all have this energetic signature of like doing, and then they like retreat. And they're always like having their hands in multiple baskets and doing all kinds of multiple things. Like it's very MG. Hi from the Netherlands. Hi from Montana. Did I finally move out of France? I already answered that. I have Mars and Aries too, 3rd house. Oh, you got sharp tongue. One of my exes has Mars in the 3rd house in Aries. And like, he was always on the tough love train. When I was not ready for it. I was not ready for it back then. North Carolina, that's where I grew up. I love Montana so much so far. it feels like this is what I was missing. This is what Colorado was missing. Everything that I was missing in Colorado, I have here in Montana, I feel like. Mars and Pisces here. Yeah, Mars and Pisces people are really, they're going to coddle you. Everyone I know that has Mars and Pisces is like so sweet. Your birth chart could also tell you how to make money. Yeah, I have tons of videos on that. I have like a whole playlist. I think it's titled Money, and it walks you through where to look in your birth chart for how to make money. It's also a bonus lesson in my Become an Astrologer course. Oh, you live in Montana? Cool. I'm going to do your human design thing from your website. Yay! Yeah, it'll help so much. I have a feeling I need to get my AirPods because I'm staying at Airbnb and it's a guest house. And these people are like redoing their whole fucking front lawn right now. Okay, does that sound better? Can y'all hear me better? Um, Mars and Sag in the third house. Ooh, I have Moon and Sag in the third house. We're spicy. We're spicy. I need help. Oh my God. Yeah, get the report. It's called Unlock Your Unique Potential, and it walks you through your whole human design chart and kind of gives you an understanding of the language too, like how to like what is a center? Because it's kind of like a whole language. What is a gate? What is a channel? It walks you through all that too. I'm at such a crossroads and I have this feeling you're going to help. Yes! That's my purpose. My purpose is to guide lost people. Mars and Sag in the third. No, I have Moon and Sag in the third, and I am hilarious. Thank you. Yes, the earbuds definitely cut out the sound. Thank God, because I was getting on my fucking nerves. So I'm glad y'all can't hear it anymore. Which one do we want to get? Wait, did I miss something? I'm very spicy. Haha, bedroom woo. Yeah, my Sag moon is in third. Oh my God, yes. The moon's joy is in the third house. Yes, 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 yes. Just say, I know. I feel like my chart is just me. I literally live my chart. It all makes so much sense. Like why I create content and why I love to teach and educate, like moon in the third house in Sag. Um, my whole career is educating astrology and human design. So it all really makes sense. And like I've always loved writing too, and I'm working on a couple books. Um, and I was really active on my blog when I first started this business, but I'm not as much anymore. I like much prefer video content now. But I also like have a podcast and was really much more active on my podcast as well when I started this business. So yeah, it all makes sense. Do you think as a Libra third house Jupiter could do well on social media? Yeah, for sure. You'd also look at your 11th house for social media. You're right about Venus in the seventh. I met my man while in a relationship I knew wasn't working. Yep. That chart thing? Wait, I don't understand your question, Nicole. I think anyone can do well on social media. It's just about showing up and like through trial and error. And this is what I teach in my business course, which I'm enrolling right now. Enrollment is open for my business course. I only open enrollment like a couple times a year. The last time I opened enrollment was April. Actually, yeah, it was like around my birthday. It was April and May. And I just opened enrollment again like a week ago. And I teach you how to do what I've done with social media and like build a successful business for yourself that's mostly automated just by sharing yourself online and creating offers that you sell to people. I mean, that's like all a business is like creating a value through a product, a service, an offer that helps people and makes you money. Seventh houses are so interesting. I agree. I have a lot of seventh house stellium friends. And they're like my go-to people when I have anything going on within my relationships because I feel like they're so knowledgeable about relationships because that's like their life focus. That they really help me with that. But also their whole life revolves around other people. You were saying something about getting a chart reading to understand the language of our chart. Yes, through my website, astrologyhumandesign.com, you can get a personalized interpretation of your astrology chart, and you can also get one, it's called a report. You can get a custom report of your human design chart as well. And the human design one teaches you the language of human design. It has like snapshots from my ebook on human design on like what the definitions are. Like what is a center? What is a defined channel? What is a gate? What is a channel? What is, all these things that like tells you what it is so that you have an understanding of what you're looking at. I have Jupiter in my 11th house, but it's in Virgo. I think that's what. Oh no, Kim Kardashian has her Jupiter in Virgo in the 10th house. That's right, her Libra sun is in the 11th. I don't know. I'd have to look at your chart for that. Yes, it's called Unlock Your Unique Potential, the human design one. The human design report will tell you all about your human design and it's personalized for your chart. And then same thing with astrology, but the astrology one is focused on how to make money and life purpose and career. So it kind of looks at your placements in terms of like your life purpose, how you can make money, in a way that's aligned with you and all that kind of stuff. I have ninth house stellium, but it's all in Gemini besides my moon and Sag. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, my chart ruler is Venus and Gemini in the ninth house, so I feel you. Currently have first house transits opposing my seventh house planets. Yeah, same. Mars is opposite my Mars right now in my first house. I feel you. For me though, I feel like these past transits of Mars have really been maybe because I was in a Mars year last year, or Mars was my time lord last year. Um, is really been like an activation of because I'm a Libra rising, I'm a recovering people pleaser, and I feel like these recent Mars transits have really taught me how to not be like that because it doesn't help anybody. It's kind of a covert form of manipulation too. So it's really been a huge activation of like my sense of self. Think has a ninth house stellium, Sun, Mercury, Venus. Oh my God, that's crazy. Girl, same. I'm so done. My backbone is finally here. No, same. That's why I sued my landlord. It's like, fuck you. You fucked me over. You're getting fucked. We're going to court. And it scared him so much that he settled. He wanted to settle on my terms because that's what happens when you don't back down and when you stand up for yourself. Can you tell me what Pluto and Sagittarius means? I have videos on that. Go look for my Pluto playlist. Yes. Taking back our power. Um, yeah, no, I mean, I've made tons of videos about this, but I really feel like that's what the Saturn, Neptune, and Aries transit is bringing a lot of us, is this really just new, rooted in a solid foundation sense of identity that breaks through people's bullshit and illusions. It is blocking people left and right. Yeah, same. It's weird because I'm selling my house right now, and oh my God, at how mean I've had to be at realtors. Yeah, they can be really fucking scammy and annoying. That's what I was kind of in that same boat when I was looking for a place before I decided to not rent another home, and just like be on this road trip and be kind of quasi homeless. But I was looking at places for months, like trying to find somewhere because I knew I had to move because my landlord, I sued him. So that wasn't going to work out. So I was like looking for other places, and all these people were just bullshitting, bullshitting, bullshitting. And I just had to be like, you're charging too much. Like, this is ridiculous. over and over and over and over and over. Like, I'm just so done with people's shit. Very Pluto and Aquarius too. It's like we're not gonna stand for this manipulative, scammy bullshit anymore. Like the salesy bullshit, it's done. Like it's done. My website is just astrologyhumandesign.com. Super easy to remember. Astrologyhumandesign.com. Also a recovering people pleaser, getting my voice back and standing up for me feels so good. Yes. Now I'm changing a lot and it's uncomfy, but also so freeing. Yes. We love change. Change is the only constant. Saturn, Neptune, and Aries is pushing people to change. No, for sure. It's like a whole fresh start. It's like a whole brand new beginning. And it's not even fully here yet because they're retrograde and gonna move back into Pisces. Like we're still gonna reevaluate more about that. And really like next year is the fresh start. And also it's a 9 year still. So we next year will be a 1 year. But this we're still kind of wrapping up these cycles of like an old identity, an old sense of self that needs to be purged. I am a Taurus. You couldn't tell? Pluto and Aquarius too, yeah. So different from Pluto and Capricorn. So different. I mean, just look at the history of like Pluto's transits. Like the last time Pluto was in Capricorn, it was just like a shit show. And then when Pluto moved into Aquarius, it was like revolution, revolution, freedom, new countries, like complete night and day difference. 3-5 generator, Sun in Cancer, Moon in Taurus, rising Scorpio. Ooh, hell yeah. My North Node is in Pisces. I was excited for the return, but it's been so upsetting. Oh, well, is it exact yet? What degrees is your North Node? Virgo rising, 11th house or first house? Wait, I'm confused. Um, I feel like nodal transits, like nodal opposition, they are really uncomfortable. And nodal return, they are really uncomfortable because it really shows you uh very intensely and very like unavoidably how you have been maybe not stepping into your destiny and you have maybe have been living too much in your comfort zone. I just learned this firsthand. I wanted to stay in the area that I was renting from my scammy landlord. I wanted to stay in that town because that's my comfort zone. I've lived there for 11 years. I loved it there. My South Node's in Taurus. I love my comfort zone. I love being comfortable, but that's not what was best for me. And though, even though it was uncomfortable to put all my shit in storage and embark on this road trip to somewhere I've never been, is very freeing. And so much has aligned for me that I'm just like mind blown. First house. Okay. Yeah, your rising sign's always going to be in the first house. It's what begins your houses. I talk about that in my astrology crash course. Pisces North Node 19 degrees. Oh shit. So you have it, well, it's kind of on its way out right now. It just peaked for you like a week or two ago. Because net right now the North Node's at 18 degrees and it moves backwards. So it's not going to go back to 19 degrees until 18 years from now. My South Node is also in Taurus. Hey, were you born in 94? I I know a couple friends who have North Node in Scorpio as well, and like I just feel like our lives are constant death and rebirth and transformation. And like the longer we stay in our comfort zone, the more shit goes south. The more shit is like fucked up and we're just unhappy and like stagnant and stuck. But for me, it's challenging because I have my Sun and Mercury in Taurus. So it's like it's a big part of who I am is that energy. But it's not what I meant to grow into. I meant to grow into Scorpio energy. And then I'm a Libra rising too, so my chart's all flip-flopped. It's a mess. Oh, I guess that makes sense because my income just got taken, but it was way too easy and limiting. Yeah, now you have freedom and momentum, motivation to pursue something differently. I mean, that's why I started this business. Like back in 2020, I had my first business was health and fitness. I did it for 2.5 years, but it wasn't ever really making me money. I was like struggling. Um, and then I had a job. I had gotten another job working for somebody, and then COVID happened, and I lost that job. And I had to figure something else out. And that's when I started talking about astrology and human design. And I built this whole thing 5 years later from it. But none of it would have happened if I wasn't like pushed to do it. I'm gonna move out of America. Ooh. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are gonna be leaving the country in September. I I've been sensing that since I did my 2025 update. I feel like that's what the eclipses are gonna bring is kind of this migration energy. I talked about that in my 2025 update that I gave in my membership. I give a like year ahead. I do a year ahead live stream in my membership every January for like in a month by month play by play of the year. And that was something that came through with September. It was like this big migration happening of people moving or leaving the country. Oh no, your North Node is in Taurus. Okay, that's way different. Yes, yeah, yeah. Scorpio rising, Gemini sun in the eighth, North Node in Scorpio. Yes, for sure. And it's in your first house. I'm a Scorpio sun, Leo moon, Leo rising. Oh, I love Leo moons. Ooh, you're going to Bali. Fuck yeah. So no, not from 94, from 87. Yeah, that makes sense. Because the nodes move slow. They're only in the same sign like once every 18 years. And that's why when you have your nodal return or your nodal opposition, um, it's kind of a big deal because it only happens once every 9 or once every 18 years. Is that due to Pisces energy since the 12th house is foreign lands? I couldn't tell you. Um, I know the US is a Sag rising, so Pluto or Pisces rules their fourth house. I don't know why I said that. It was just an energy I was getting. I was literally seeing like because I'm also a psychic medium, so I just see shit, I hear shit, I get shit. I don't know where it comes from or why, but I was just seeing like people migrating around September. And I have to go back and look at my video and watch it again for to see if I said it was because of any certain transit. I literally don't remember. I just that has stuck with me since I did that update. And then as we're getting closer and closer to it, like when I was moving a week ago, everyone I knew was moving. I'm like, everyone is fucking moving around. Then like, oh yeah, that's right. I kind of predicted this would happen, and now it's happening. Like this is wild. Like even people that were like have loved their homes and are gonna stay there forever are just all of a sudden on a whim moving. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Projector, cool. Haha, that's so cool. Yeah. Thank you. I would have never saw myself moving. Yeah. Me either. I was gonna stay in that town I was living in for like my whole life. I was like, I'm gonna raise my kids here. I'm gonna live here forever. And now I'm like, I don't know, actually. I might stay in Montana. I might somehow go get all my shit from storage and move to Montana eventually. Yeah, I gotta go back. It might have been, actually, it might have been because of Jupiter and Cancer. That and we're gonna have Mars squaring Jupiter and Cancer, and then later in the fall, Mars is gonna harmonize with Jupiter and Cancer. I think maybe once Jupiter goes retrograde, but that might have been the reason I was saying people are gonna move. And then I think it's just very Pluto and Aquarius energy as well, and harmonizing with Uranus, and Gemini. Gemini is the planet of like movement or the sign of movement. Oh yeah. And then yeah, Jupiter being in Cancer as well at the same time. Manifesting a move to a house for our growing family. These Miami housing prices have to calm down. Yeah, it's happening. The correction's already happening. I think it's really gonna hit in February. Um, Maybe even November. But it's crazy. I've been looking at the market for I'm super into real estate. I've been looking at the market for 3 years and just watching it, watching it, watching it. It's come down so much. Like where I am right now, there's a lot of new development. And back in 2023, housing prices skyrocketed like they did in most of the country. And now they're like correcting themselves and coming down like 20%. It's actually wild. Love Montana, lived there for 4 years. Wait, what part? I love it here. I had never been here, but I really, really love it. Is it common for Libra risings to be a 1-3 in human design? No. Your 1-3, your profile comes from your sun sign and what gate and line, basically it comes from the day you were born, what gate and line um there was on the day that you were born. Your rising sign isn't connected to your profile in human design in any way. Yeah, I love Montana. I might fuck around and move here. Like, but I said that about France too, and then I was like, actually, I don't want to move to France. But I don't know. I might actually move here. We'll see. Wait, what does your sun sign, Mia? Have you ever moved based on astrocartography, or do you just relocate where it feels right? I trust my intuition for those things, and then I look at my astrocartography for guidance and confirmation of what I was feeling. Um, how else do I know? Astrocartography is for travel. So there's another method. I talk about this in my astrocartography class, and I also where did I do that class? I did a class on relocation astrology. I think that's in my membership. Because that's what you want to look at. Anytime you move, you want to look at your relocation chart. You can't just look at your astrocartography because, like I said, astrocartography is really for travel. You can also look at your local space astrology. But yeah, there's for moving, there's a lot more that goes into it than just your astrocartography. Oh, Gemini Sun. Okay. That's so cool. Where do you find a relocation chart? Google it. Google relocation chart calculator. I don't know. I use AstroGold. And the all those features are programmed into AstroGold. So also think I gave some alternatives in my relocation class that I taught. But I use a professional astrology software, so that's how I find it. But yeah, I use my human design for decisions. For decisions, I use my human design. Astrology to me is just confirmation. I don't use astrology for my decision making because that's not what astrology is for. That's what human design is for. Human design is for decision making. So I kept meeting people from Montana. I kept hearing about Montana. I kept seeing license plates from Montana. I'm a manifesting generator. So I meant to like respond to what is around me that excites me. And seeing all that stuff, talking to people from Montana, like it just excited me. And I was like, you know what? I have this opportunity. My lease is ending. I have to move out. Let me just put all my stuff in storage and go on a road trip to Montana. I've never been. I can explore with utmost freedom and that's what excited me. I'm a sacral authority, so here I am. And then my astrology just confirms all of it. Like I've been looking at my astrocartography to just like understand why I'm feeling certain energies here. And again, it's just giving me confirmation and understanding. But I don't use astrology to make my decisions. It's not what it's for. Is the progressed human design chart on your website? No, you can just get like your basic human design chart from my website. I teach you how to find your progressed human design chart in my membership, the class that I taught on it. You have to use Genetic Matrix. That's the only website I know of that will give you your progressed human design. And I have Genetic Matrix linked in my stand store in my bio. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, I believe, is Genetic Matrix is linked. Um, that's what I use for like deeper human design stuff. You can also see your unconscious astrology through their website and a bunch of other stuff. They have some really cool human design features. But I think you have to have a membership. I've had a membership with them for like 5 years, so I have had access to all the features, and I don't realize what is on the free versus the paid, but it's worth it. That's so amazing. I lived in Missoula. I did my undergrad at the University of Montana. Really solidified so many spiritual practices while living there. It's very pure energy. Oh my God, people keep telling me about Missoula. See, which I like looking into Montana myself. I never would have looked at Missoula, but it keeps coming to me, which is very like my human design. So I think that's where I might go next. People keep, and then I was asking ChatGPT about it last night and comparing it to where I lived in Colorado, and it was just like giving me some recommendations and helping me to understand the different parts of Montana. Go to land of 1,000 Buddhas. Okay. I really feel like that's where I need to go next. But I think it's like 5 hours from here. And I'm gonna need to get my I've been so since Uranus has been in Gemini, I feel like my just scatterbrainedness, my like manifesting generatorness. Well, Uranus is in gate 20 right now, so that would make sense. Um, has been like amplified. Okay, I need to plug in my laptop so it doesn't die. It's a hippie haven? Oh my God. Okay, I need to go there because ChatGPT was saying that there's like hiking trails right out of town too, and that's what I loved about where I lived in Colorado. Um, and that it also has like a downtown area and like vibe. I'm gonna have to do some moving shit around here. It's kind of annoying. Um, so yeah, I need to look into that. Missoula. Oh my God, I can't concentrate for anything. I'm so tired the moment I wake up, but also so many new ideas. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that for sure. Oh, shit. Oh, Missoula's only 3.5 hours from here. Okay. Totally very vibrant downtown. A river runs through. It was filmed there. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited to be exploring new places. And then it's kind of close to like Whitefish, right? Because I was looking at Whitefish too. Oops, I don't know what the fuck I just did. Or Kalispell. Obsessed with Whitefish also. Yes. We definitely have the same vibe. Yeah. I had someone message me on Instagram and be like, I lived in Montana for most of my life, and like you've always given me Missoula like vibes. And I was like, okay, so there we go. Confirmation. This is where I'm meant to be going. I don't know why. It's very random, but here we are. And that's on following your intuition. I have a defined spleen as well, so I'm meant to really just follow what comes in the moment. If y'all have been watching Love is Blind UK, there's a guy on there that keeps talking about he's a splenic projector. And he's talking about his defined spleen. I'm like, yeah, I have that. It's super random, but it's always right. We just gotta trust it and follow it. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna get off here because I'm getting hungry. I need to go find something to eat. I'm impressed. I have an undefined spleen. Okay. I think most people do. I think that the statistic is, or maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of another center. I have all my centers defined except two. And it's my solar plexus and my root is what I don't have defined. I think the construction is done, so we can take the AirPods out. But okay, final thoughts, closing thoughts, questions. Come join my Inner Circle membership if you want a private space to share your chart and get feedback on it and meet other people who have similar chart placements as you. That's what my membership is for. There's a forum, community, and also so many classes and resources that I have on astrology and human design live there too. But I'm learning to trust my instincts better to ride the emotional wave. Yeah. You have to work with what you got. Someone asked, I was talking about this in my stories on Instagram the other day, and someone asked, like, what if you don't have it defined? Like, you have to focus on what you do have defined because that's what is yours. I'll be doing your human design ASAP. Yay! Yeah, astrologyhumandesign.com. If you get on my email list, you'll get like a free guide to the basics of astrology and human design. Yes. Come join all the things, connect with me deeper. And yeah, thank you all for being here. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.